Now we know it's up to 7 individuals that lost their lives. Either way, when it comes to family functions, holidays, get-togethers, there'll forever be a hollow silence in the respective family members that lost their loved ones in this horrific incident. So before we start today's show, let's have a moment of silence for those individuals that lost their lives in the UPS airplane crash last night. Thank you all. I appreciate it. And now we will proceed.
Tired of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes. They build up their walls so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building, it's starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth is finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
Good morning, Bessie Sharita. Welcome in. First and foremost, I know it's election time and city officials and things of that nature, but I want to congratulate this young man behind me, the mayor of ATL Hot Atlanta, Mr. Andre Dickens. You know, it's rare that we have a person that's running for an elected office or elected official or position in office, and they actually do what they are saying they want to do. And this man right here, since he's became mayor of Atlanta, he has really tried to address the how can you say it? Because I don't think you're allowed to say it though. Put it like this: people without homes. He's done all he can. In fact, he went. Hey, niece, how you doing? Good morning. Grand rising to you. He's actually went and took containers and converted them into like mini apartments or something, so people will have some type of shelter, a place to stay. He's actually built places for affordable housing for people to live. Right, so it's like it's rare that you are able to, in this day and age, at least that I know of, that we have someone who is running for a position actually do what they say they're going to do. So with that being said, I want to give him his credit for winning again and now being elected to a second term. I had a chance to talk to him. He was good with our daughter. I mean, he interacted with her as well. The man's just a good man. Plus, of course, he went to Georgia Tech. So, he's a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech, a hell of an engineer. So I like him. But congratulations, Mr. Dickens. I appreciate that. All that you do for the city, and that you stand on your word, and anything that goes against humanity or against just doing the right things, you don't entertain it. You don't go that way. You stick to what you said you were going to do. And so with that being said, brother, we just
Make
want
him
to thank you
president.
so much.
Make
Yeah,
him president.
absolutely, niece. I would be off. I would be the first one in line to vote for this man.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
because I was the Atlanteans, they were going up about him, talk about since they cut off the government assistance, he said he not gonna be making them pay rent.
right? Exactly. No rent.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gets evicted.
Nope.
Nobody gets evicted.
Nope.
And then water. You don't got to worry about your water bill.
Water bill. Mm-hmm. I said, where he was at? We need him.
Yeah, absolutely. We do. We do. Hey, good morning, Bestie. How you doing, Marie? Like for real, we do. Like I said, it's rare that you have someone that's in a position to actually say, okay, this is what I want to run on. This is what I want to do if I'm elected, and they follow through with that.
Mm-hmm. He's a man of, that's what you call a man of his word. A man of your
Exactly.
word. He's a man of his word.
I love that. I love, and like I said, me personally, I had a chance to meet him. It was a this picture with Rudy. it's a it was a back to school event over here in Greenbrier at Greenbrier Mall, and he showed up, and I mean, just had time to talk to people and just interact, and it was just genuine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's only gonna make the city better.
Yeah, I don't need nobody out here faking smiles just for votes. We had enough of that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We've had enough of that. We need somebody that's gonna stand on principle,
Stand
hold
on
up to their
business.
word. Yeah, stand on business. Exactly. And he does just that. Thank you for that heart, me sis. I appreciate it. And he did just that. All right, let's get this other
Hey,
graphic
Dee.
pulled up.
Hey, what up? 1K. I know it's been that long. I know I've been high and from the TikTok street. But Grand Rising, everybody. I hope y'all have a wonderful day on purpose. And now it's time for Unc to start his segment.
Let's get it. Thank you, niece. I appreciate that. As you all know, we have been doing a series called Secret of the Secret Society. Secrets of the Secret Society. And we are going to do episode 8. And it's the final episode. We finally reached the end of it today. And so, just a quick recap. We've pretty much put out there what the plans are or how the secret society moves in order to brainwash us and get us or manipulate us into what they want us to believe. And speaking of that, before I go any further, Jenny, I watched what you sent me. I really want to do a series on that. I just know that if this platform is already upset at how we conduct things now, they are really not going to like that. So I don't know, but you let me know. You let me know. Send it out to the other moderators. Y'all all collectively come together. Let me know if y'all think it's cool. We'll do it. If you don't, we won't. But it is definitely something I would like to do. Judy, welcome in, Judy. I saw your crew badge next to your name. Welcome in, Judy. But we've been talking about that, and now we've also showed you some symbols, some things or actions that celebrities do that if you didn't know, now we've enlightened you. You'll see it going forward that they do on their videos or on award shows and stuff like that. That pledges their allegiance to this type of thing, in this group here. We've also talked about the periods from when Disney, from Disney having shows that to us and to those who are not familiar with what's going on, it seems innocent. But in all actuality, it's conditioning our children for more sinister things. Speaking of Disney, I sent the link to some of you all, and I also made a
I'm
post with
about
the
to say,
link
can you
on it.
send it to me again? Because I don't know. I think I deleted it by accident.
Okay, I'll send it
'Cause
to
I
you.
know
Shout
you
out to
sent it to
Imret.
me in the in my DM, but I think I
Yes.
erased it by accident.
Okay, I'll send it to you for sure. I got you, niece. I don't know what's going on, but as you see, yesterday, like I said, shout out to MREC TV. He was covering it. There's more, I guess, unalivings happening at Disney.
Oh,
So
speaking of Disney, I got a question for you, and then you could
absolutely.
finish your segment,
Oh no, no,
right?
no, you good.
So I was talking to my man the other day, and I asked him, I said, "Why do you think that they're targeting like our generation?" Because if you notice, like a lot of Disney movies, they're remaking them, and they're not
Yes,
made remaking them for the children. They're remaking them for our specific generation. So
you
it's
are
like a
right.
repetitive cycle or trance that they're trying to put on to us for some apparent reason. I don't know what it is, but I was watching something and I'm like, why they
Hmm.
remake this? It didn't have to be remade. A lot
See
of stuff
it.
that they remaking, it don't have to be remade. And then you hear the people in like the movies and stuff, and they're like, yeah, this is not for kids, this is for our generation. Yeah, it is. It's targeting our generation.
It is. It is, and they're bringing it back to conditioning. It's like it. They. It's a
Hmm.
cycle. It's
Hmm.
you know
It's a rinse and repeat.
exactly. Yes, Judy. I will send you that a link to that. Jersey. Oh, I think it said Jersey King. Did I see that right? Yeah, Jersey King.
Hmm.
Welcome to hashtag. I'm gonna say it, brother. And he said that he worked at Disney and some crazy things going on there. He said I got paid real good money, but I did not like it.
Principles and morals.
Yes, indeed, indeed. I like I said before, we took a family vacation there. It was so much fun. I never knew anything about this. I never knew anything about tunnels under there. Nothing. I didn't know anything about it.
Hmm.
But now,
Taking people kids, stealing people kids. They go to the restroom and the kid never heard from again.
exactly, and I'm glad you brought that up, niece, because after we finish this first segment of this, I think it's we might. I don't think we're going to end it in one segment. Yeah, we'll have to do two. So after we break on this first segment of Secrets of the Secret Society, that second segment, what you just brought up, I want to elaborate on that, or I want to stay on that, and I want us to talk about it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna start the audio first and foremost. If it's your first time here, welcome to hashtag. I'm gonna say it on behalf of my moderators and myself. We are glad that you are here. Your presence is a gift to us, and it's a gift that we're grateful for. We pray that you tap the screen, share if you care, gift and uplift if possible. Also, claim your daily mission points. If you heart me, click on that orange heart above my head and claim your points. That way, it's when you click, I'm gonna tell you going forward, people. When you go in someone's live, if you give them or send them a heart me, that is your check-in. That lets the platform know you are engaging. But when you do that, you also have to click the orange heart right above my head and claim your daily points. Thank you, Sharita. I appreciate that, bestie. Make sure you claim your points. Now, without further ado, we're going to get started uh, with our audio here.
Almost
Thank you,
subconsciously
Judy.
perverted it to
Claim your
all
points.
of us.
Fast food is classified as a weapons system by the military.
Yeah.
You know, McDonald's, Burger King, these are not places that just spawned, and you can see in my corporate logo studies that these are not just happenstance things, that these were planned and initiated. And actually, if you ask the McDonald's corporate official what their job is, it's actually real estate, because they own property
Thank
in
you
the
for that. Go
Vatican, at
popular.
the
I appreciate that,
pyramids,
Judy.
at the, you know, they own all the prime real estate. And then the food itself is actually as a weapon system. And you can hear Kathy O'Brien come out about McDonald's French fries. You can find Lindsay Lohan trying desperately to get McDonald's French fries into her rehab where she had placed herself for 50 grand a night. You can find Britney Spears discussing McDonald's French fries.
How many photos the paparazzi did they have Brittany pulling up to McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in those French fries? They don't even rot.
Right, sis.
I
Yeah.
know.
They
I
don't.
know.
You can
Fast
leave
food
a
is
Happy
all
Meal in your
over
car for a
highways.
week
No
and it
real
will look
food to
exactly
get.
the same.
It's for the
Probably
property
taste the
mostly.
same as well.
Right. And then all the signs and symbols that you see as you drive down the highway, as you pass Roy Rogers, McDonald's, Target, Walmart, these are all occult ritual signs. The sun sign of Target, the pentagram of Walmart, the fish goddess of Starbucks with her pentagram, the golden arches of McDonald's, the Burger King or Elsie or Elmer.
Dairy Queen is
Dairy
Hathor.
Queen. These are all ritual symbols that you will find within the occult orders, especially some like Freemasonry, one of the lead occult orders that rules our planet. These are actually occult signs and symbols that are constantly being broadcast in your brain as you drive down the road. I mean, and we've gotten to the point now where you can't tell what town you've driven into because it's, it's the same corporate logo.
Oh, you know what? It looks like it. It reminds me of regurgitation. I lived in Florida for a little bit before here, and you drive from town to town, and I felt like
Yes,
somebody
Marie
just
said,
threw up.
please
It was
come
like
in and grab a
repeat,
donut with your
as soon as you got
coffee.
into
Let's help
here's McDonald's.
reach our
here's this,
daily
here's that.
goals.
Same thing
Please.
over and over.
Well,
And thank
we
you.
had a funny story trying to find a friend's house, and he's like, well, when you see the McDonald's, make a left, and then, when you see the Walgreens, you're almost there. And we're like, we saw like 4 McDonald's and Walgreens already. We're lost, man. There's no landmark.
We weren't even on the right side of town.
No, we weren't. Yep. You can leave town, the parking lot of Target, Best Buy, and Home Depot and drive 1,000 miles and pull off the highway, and you're going to be at Target, Best Buy, and Home Depot.
Yes.
Time loop.
That's it. Repeat. Yeah. Where am I? Here I am. I was there. Where? Right here.
This whole concept really stemmed from Walt Disney and the idea of the experimental prototype civilization of tomorrow, which is Epcot. And
Yes.
when you walk into Epcot, you give them your credit card information, you buy your couple $100 tickets. Then they say, well, your tickets might not be safe. Why don't you give us your thumbprint? So then you got to give them your fingerprint. Then you go into the big ball, which is owned by Siemens, whose very corporate logo is on the Auschwitz prison camps. And you go into Siemens' big spaceship Earth, and there they take your picture and they ask you where you're from. And all of a sudden you see your image floating to your hometown. So now they've got your credit card
Welcome in,
information,
Rochelle.
your
How you doing,
biometrics,
Bessie?
your
Thank you
face,
for the heart,
your
me.
fingerprint, and you're all stuck inside of this experimental prototype civilization controlled by every military industrial corporation out there, from GE, RCA, Martin Marietta, who
UNESCO.
builds nukes, UNESCO, It's a Small World. They were eugenicists, guys. Yeah. That's the programming in there. Or you come out of Space Mountain after you've been traumatized in the roller coaster, and they show you how you're going to live your future. And this is predictive programming so that you will expect
Thank you
this
for the
in the
donuts,
future.
niece. I appreciate it.
When then they serve you the most god awful food that you've ever eaten in your entire existence,
Thank you for
and
the
charge you
roses,
$23
Rochelle.
for
Thank
a
you. I
burger,
appreciate you.
and you're trapped in this experimental prototype civilization, and you can't escape. So you have to eat the food, and pretty soon that will be our world.
I want to pause it real quick because they just showed that triangle I was talking about in the Rihanna video. I forgot the name of the song, but she's in the triangle. I'm in this triangle, and the way she's contorting her arms upward behind her is supposed to symbolize. Let me pull it up for you. What she's symbolizing when she does that.
Uh,
You see,
baffle,
yeah,
baffle.
her arms serve as the horns. You see the triangle. There's the star, but it's a star behind them, the 5-point star, but it's the triangle. See,
Hmm.
that's what she's portraying in the music video. Into that tub, and it looks like milk. It's meant to represent the baby batter of Baphomet, right? So just want y'all to, you see what I'm saying? How they play with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate the donuts. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Rochelle.
Oh my gosh. No. Let's
Tyranny loves conformity.
Yes.
And they can't handle anything that's imaginative or creative or outside what they have control over.
So it's time to use our imaginations and create, and get back in touch with nature.
Well, even Walt Disney calls it Imagineering.
Yes. Thank you.
At the
Yeah.
subatomic level, if you believe in quantum mechanics, we are actively imagineering the world into existence.
So with all the Hollywood programming, we create what they program into us.
Yes.
It's funny.
Consciousness.
I'd wondered about Satanism because they push something very similar to that ideal. I'd wondered if that was kind of a part of their program, that they put that out to make everyone who thought, you're going to think for yourself, you're going to create your reality, you're a Satanist. let's put you over here. You worship the devil.
Well, let's just talk about magic and Satan and Christianity for a second, because I was never allowed as a child to read occult things. I was only allowed to read about the occult through the eyes of Christianity,
Yes.
which was a good
Yes.
lesson. I mean, my family, instead of playing Monopoly, we played Bible Trivia, Scholar Edition, and I didn't have comic books. I had Chick Tracts comics. It tells you the history of the Catholic Church, and it even goes back to Babylon and Semiramis. So there's a lot of good stuff there. But when I grew up and I cracked open my first book on occult magic, what is it about, right? And
Mhm.
the first lesson was the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram.
Mhm.
And here you're calling upon guardian angels, which my mom always called upon. She loves Jesus and she would never have anything to do with Satan or evil. But this occult ritual of the pentagram, you call upon Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, and Ariel. And actually, if you read, the purpose of magic is to unite yourself with your holy guardian angel. And the word of power, the most powerful word in ritual magic, is the tetragrammaton, which is the name of God, or Yahweh, YHVH, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. And so it gets very confusing. What is devil worship and what is worship of God? And the occult is all tied up in there, and it's not what you think it is.
Absolutely. I thought that was the most ironic part about calling it
So they
Even
take certain
evil.
even the lesser banishing ritual is based on the Lord's Prayer from Matthew 6.
Well, look at Catholicism. I grew up as Catholic. I was brought up Catholic. And then when I got into high school, I was introduced to some Wiccan things and some witchcraft. And I was like, wow, Catholicism has an altar and they burn incense and they're drinking blood and eating the body of Christ. And wow, isn't it so similar? I remember at a very young age, like, what is this?
Because you cannot do magic without emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
Now they're showing
another
different Disney
very
ads,
huge piece of the
commercials,
puzzle, because
movies.
what they want is to save us from our emotions. So when you see the technology and the robots and even Cybermen of Doctor Who, we're going to rescue you from your pain because it hurts. But your emotions are your moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be almost an order coming down through the churches as well, because there's an awful lot of sermons these days
Showing
telling people that their
different
feelings are wrong
companies,
and they should pay more
stations,
attention to their reason,
all of that
their logical brain
yeah.
that
than
symbolizes
their emotions
their
and their
thing.
feelings.
So the purpose of using all
Thank
these
you for
things,
the
like
donuts.
you
I
said in the
appreciate
Catholic
that, Nick.
Church, the altar and the chalice and the costumes and the music, and like I said, the pentagram ritual, you got to cover your five senses. But you're trying to get the public to an emotional state that you.
Pause. We're gonna stop right there, and then when we come back and do the second segment on this, we'll only have like little over 7 minutes to do it, right? But I don't want to bombard y'all with a whole bunch of lists, and then you lose the message. So now, what we've come to see, what they're doing now is getting us to use our imagination, but they are also trying to make sure they condition what we imagine. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
they're controlling it, right?
Yes.
And they're starting at an early age.
Yes. They said I was watching something. I wanted to send you a video. And they was saying like our grandparents used to say back in the day, like they changed everything when it came from reading and writing. You used to read and write from right to left and not left to right. And most people were left-handed and not right-handed. And it says the left, when you use the left side of your body, is connected to the right side of your brain, which is where your creativity lies. And when you use the right side of your body, that's where more of your logistics lie on. So they have us
Right.
programmed for logistics and not creativity.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Nuri, I love that. You are on point. Nuri says it's all to take your soul. Your soul is the prize. And she's right on that. That is exactly what they're out for. They are there's no other way to put that. And the thing is, think about it. And I've said this in previous shows. Just go back and think about how excited you was on a Saturday morning to wake up, no school, got your breakfast. I was usually at my grandmother's house, so I got some good breakfast. But you got breakfast, You got to watch Bugs Bunny and Friends and Alvin and the Chipmunks and Smurfs and just a whole Mighty Mouse, a whole bunch of things. And it was just a feel good moment. I'm talking about we didn't go outside to play until after those were over with, right? But we had no clue that they were already trying to manipulate us into a certain agenda that they have. We didn't know that. We didn't know that. I mean, what else we had? Wile Coyote and the Road Runner. Just a whole bunch of
Leghorn.
yes, Foghorn Leghorn. Yep.
What you call it? The Wacky Racer, E-Man.
Yeah, Skeletor and all that. Right, right. Come on,
Mhm.
Thundercats, all of that.
Mhm.
You get me? Good morning, Jessanne. How you doing? Nuri said the stimulation will always upgrade its system. Exactly, and that's what they're doing now.
Mhm.
It's got better with technology, right?
Somebody had made a comment on Instagram, and it was like, "What if you know how they got the game Sims,
Mm-hmm.
and we're controlling the Sims? What if it's somebody that's doing the same thing to us?" And I said, "Yeah, it is.
They are. Yeah,
That's why we in
exactly.
the simulation.
Exactly.
That's why
It's
they call it the
exactly.
Matrix." Hmm.
You are so right. Nuri said, "Be observant." Yes, and that's why we did this whole series. Is we want people to understand what to look for and can identify it when they see it. Um, yeah, yeah. Jenny says, "Project Looking Glass." Exactly. It's like these things that, and understand. We're not saying that anybody is incompetent or anything like that, because at some point we didn't know clearly. But it is. I feel like it's our duty that when we have information like this, that we don't gatekeep it, that we show it or share it with people because they really don't know. Like just now, me being a pro wrestler, right, for 26 years, pro wrestler, and it's just now hitting me that when we had Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash and Razor Ramon, and they left WWE. Well, I don't think it was WWE then. Y'all know what it was, but they left that and came to WCW. What did they call themselves? I know I got some wrestling fans in here. I'm looking. What did they call their group or their faction? That's right, sis. NWO.
Hmm.
You get it? And y'all know what NWO stands for.
Niggas with attitude.
Well, no, well
Well,
that's
no,
NWA.
NWA, but yeah, but
Yeah. It's a new world,
order, yeah.
exactly. So think about it. Even as avid of a wrestling fan as I was, even being in the industry, I didn't catch on to that. Perfume Girlie, good morning to you.
Good morning,
I ain't
y'all. And that's so sad because I used to love Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I did too until I got in the industry and
Yeah.
knew who he was.
Mm-mm.
you know, Nuri says their agenda. Jenny said Bush started it. Hey, let me know. Share that with the moderators, and we'll definitely cover what you sent me. I'm for it. Jenny said, "Nah, I love Jake the Snake. Jake is cool. Listen, Jake had his, like I said, he had his demons. Uh, I met the brother. Man, he's cool. He's cool. He's got his problems, But at the end of the day, he's doing better now. He's doing better now. He's sober, things like that. But the things that he had to witness growing up, and I'm not giving him an out. I'm just telling you what I know. The things that not only him, but his brother's a wrestler, Sam Houston. He was married to Baby Doll. Baby Doll was a valet for Tully Blanchard and the Four Horsemen and stuff like that. Uh, his sister, she went by the ring name of Bambi. So there's a lot of things that they had to see growing up because their father was a wrestler, but he had an issue with them girls that's not the age of consent, and
Mm.
there's no telling what happened to them. Jenny says, but we wasn't a bigot or a graper. No, he wasn't. He didn't do that. Just saying, said the Truman Show. They told us basically then we're living in the Matrix, and did. She said hidden agendas right in front of us, always, and that's true today. It's doing it
But it's
today.
it's but is it hidden? Is it hidden because the universal law is that they have to tell you?
But see, that's the thing though. They do it, but they cover it up with something else. Like, and prime example, we're about to actually, in the second segment, we're going to kind of give way to what you're just saying.
It's not
If you,
hidden, it's disguised.
it's
That's a better
disguised.
word
Thank
for
you.
it.
Thank you. There you go, niece. That's exactly a great word for it. Now, but that's why we're doing this kind of show. We are trying to enlighten those and tell these people, look for this. Look for this. You know, sometimes even when you watching a movie or TV show, look at the background. Look at the picture on the wall behind
Mhm,
them. Say it's a sports movie. Look at the jersey numbers that they're wearing. What do they add up to? Not in all, but
mhm,
sometimes. You see?
mhm.
But it's
Nerly
there.
says souls are like, yes, we are all balls of energy. We are all
Yes.
stars, literally.
Exactly. Exactly. And Jenny said we all have the same God sparks inside of us. That is so abundantly true.
And
Just
guys,
saying
perfect
their
example of
sons.
them trying to hide it. This is a perfect example. Look at all these filtered comments that I'm having to approve. It's because they don't want us talking about it. And with Mr. Breaking News telling us that we're going to say it, they don't like that. That's why the numbers are down. That's why they filter out our comments and all that, because we are speaking truth. So if you're not sure, go and do your research as he gives it to us. Just like the pastor gives the congregation a chance to go and look at their Bibles and do your research. If you guys don't believe him, go and do your research. Knowledge is power. Is powerful, guys. Like he said, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge. So if you don't believe what he's saying, go and research it yourself. It's there. But they know
Mhm.
that we won't go and research it. And I'm speaking in general because it takes time and people are not going to do right because they don't want to research or read up on anything. So do your research and your homework, okay?
Let's give it up. She's right on point with that. And that's exactly what that's what it all boils down to. There's no gray area to it at all. At all. And I think, Marie, thank you for that so much, Bessie. I think this is a great time to transition to that second segment we're talking about, because there's this movie. Matter of fact, hold on, because I do think I got a graphic for it. Let me see. Let's make sure but nonetheless, this movie here, it's called Weapons. Now, I'm going to move out the way and I want you to see what these children are doing. Okay, now, when I first heard about it, I was like, huh, let me see. What do they mean by these kids are weapons? Like, why do you say, I thought maybe they had weapons in their hands running down the street. But I'm like, okay, well, let me check this out. And so as I'm watching the movie and it comes on, it's like, okay, it's this little boy. It's the summer before school started. So on the first day of school, he goes to school. He is the only boy in his classroom because all of his other classmates were mysteriously taken, right? And so now there's this lady who comes to town that happens to be this little boy's aunt, right? Now, his aunt unalives his mom and, well, not unalive. She puts them in a trance or some kind of spell, the mom and dad. And then when the cop like comes to check this out, exactly, mind control, comes and checks them out to see how come this little boy, his parents hadn't showed up at school, they're not answering any calls. This is something going on, something weird going on. So the cop goes to the house. It's a reporter that's trying to tell him about these things going on. And I think the reporter was actually not a reporter, a teacher. Yeah, it's the little boy's teacher. I'm sorry, it's the little boy's teacher, and she could tell that something was off with him. So she's telling she gets to a point where she's staking out the house the little boy stays in, and she's peeking through the window at one point, and she sees his mom and dad sitting on the couch, staring at it. It was the teacher and the principal. Right, right. That's thank you, sis. And remember, she's looking through the window. She sees the parents sitting on the couch, and they're like in this trance, like they're just looking for her. Like there's no lights on or anything like that. But this aunt is the one that's kind of, I guess, putting the spell over the kids or whatnot. And then they at the end of the movie, they turn on her, but they're like these demonic beings, I guess you could say. You all have to go watch it. But first thing I thought about when I was seeing it was, because remember we had that situation going on where children were coming up missing. And, we've discussed on previous shows where you can't say the O word no more. Body part harvesting is a big thing. And then we know about the sexual trafficking thing that goes on, right? So I'm like, and now we've already discussed that movies usually are put out, and it can usually, most of the time, it's telling us what they have going on. We just don't know it because we just think it's just limited to it being a creative thing of that movie, when in all actuality, it's real life things that's happening. All right. So that's what I led off with. That's what I was thinking when I first saw this movie called Weapons. You all go and look it up, go and watch it. And then please let me know what you think. I appreciate it. But hey, Deb, how you doing, bestie? Jessian says they are telling us their plan, and that is exactly right, bestie. So last night, as I was watching TV, I had a notification pop up on my phone from Jamel, aka Jamal, and it says the title of it, and it caught me because it's like I already told you what I thought about when I first saw the movie. But then the title of his video says the movie Weapons revealed way too much reaction. And I'm like, okay, so I wasn't the only one that was thinking that way. It wasn't just me. And so Nuri said they must show their agenda in order to work. Exactly. That's them. That's pretty much them following the oath, quote unquote, for lack of better words, we'll say oath, that they've taken, right? So we're gonna play it. I don't know what he's gonna say. I haven't watched it, and so I'm just as interested to see his take on it and see if I was at least in the ballpark on what I was thinking. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Thank y'all so much for coming over. Now, I had recently watched this movie. I know it came out a little while ago, but I recently watched it, and I was like, man, they literally, with these movies, man, are literally putting stuff right in our face. Right in our face. I was waiting to see, and I was like, oh yeah, he had made this video before I even saw the movie. So I'm glad this is here, because y'all know when I watch a movie, I like to watch things that you might have missed from the movie. So I'm gonna let him do his thing. We're back on the Truth Is channel. I'll leave this video in the description for you guys to check out more
Truth Is
and even subscribe, man. But like I tell you, man, these movies, like when you watch these movies, you gotta really, really open your mind to the things that be happening, man. I know it's always deeper than what we think, but pretty creepy, man. Ain't gonna lie.
Let's go.
If you really think about what you've seen. So let's see if we have somewhat of the same analysis. All right, we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Once you begin dating,
that's not it. That's a commercial. It's like the big suspense thing, right? And then they bring in a commercial. It's like, what is going on, man? Like, seriously. So we're gonna skip past that commercial.
Weapons is being called one of the best horror films of 2025. With an impressive 93% Rotten Tomatoes score and tons of praise from critics, the movie has been a big success since its release. If you're one of the people who saw this movie, then you already know how disturbing the plot is. But what if I told you that—
I will say that one chick, because her on Ozark, man, when she said that, y'all know what she said, called, what's the name, a F nugget and a B wolf. Well, her country cussing was crazy. Ruth, oh man, she's a pretty good actress.
Behind the surface level plot lies an even darker story, one that may connect this movie to a sinister conspiracy and even a real life mysterious death. By the end of this video, you will likely see Weapons in a whole different horrifying way, and you will realize that Weapons is more than just a horror movie, but instead an expose.
Yep.
Hey guys, I hope all
Yes,
is
I
well.
wanted to see
Welcome
this
back to The
movie.
Truth Is, where I drop new videos.
What'd you say, niece?
I said, yes, I kept seeing the trailer for this movie. Like every day I would see the trailer on either Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or even like when I'm watching regular TV. And I'm like, why they keep pushing this trailer for this movie for? And I don't
Did,
watch horror movies, but I want to watch this
I'm
because it's
about to say,
deeper
did
than
you
a horror
see it?
movie. Mm-hmm.
Nuri said my awareness was in NYC. I seen The Matrix. Hey, that's something to, yeah, that could definitely pique your third eye right there. Open it up, niece. Go and see this movie. I know you don't like. You said you don't like horror movies, but go and watch this
Yeah,
movie,
I'm gonna
okay?
watch it though.
All right.
Was Exposing the Truth Weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about the horror movie Weapons. I want to warn you that there will be spoilers ahead. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video so we can get this video seen by as many people who need to see it. Simply by leaving a like and a comment, you can help this information spread to others. I want to thank you all. Now, let's get right into it. The movie Weapons isn't your average horror movie. While yes, it might have some disturbing gory scenes and cliche jump scares, it's different because this movie has a revealing message buried underneath the surface level plot that most are unaware of.
Yeah.
While many people have likely heard or even seen this movie, very few know what inspired this movie and what this movie is secretly revealing. The movie Weapons was written and co-produced by Zach Kreger. Before Zach was making horror films, he was actually a part of the comedy group called The Whitest Kid You Know, alongside of Trevor Moore. Most people don't know that this movie is actually dedicated to Trevor Moore, who died in a mysterious accident in his home back in
Fresh
2021.
King
While
901. Good
Weapons might
morning.
not
Good
seem
morning.
related to the death of Trevor in a direct way, Zach has admitted that the death of his friend inspired this movie, dedicating the film to him, releasing it on the 4th anniversary of his death. He actually hid tributes to Trevor in the movie, and it seems to reveal something sinister about his death. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We will come
Pause. Whew. Okay. If you saw the movie, if you saw the movie Weapons, put a 1 in the live. And the reason, so that way when I say this, you'll know. You'll know who I'm talking about. All right. Nuri seen it. Grateful Wind seen it. Fresh King 901 said I haven't seen it yet. Make sure you go and watch it. Please make sure anybody who hasn't seen it, please go and watch it. The guy, do you all remember the guy that was running around? Remember? Okay. Ooh, how can I say this without? Because I don't want the platform to. Okay. Remember the two guys in the kitchen, and one of the guys was. He was bashing the other guy. Let me put it like that. Remember his head? All right. Okay. Then remember after he did all that, remember he started running around and he was going after the teacher. Remember? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yes. Yes, Jenny. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That guy that was running after the teacher when she was in the convenience store, remember they had his hands out just like the kids had their hands out. Right. There you go, Grateful Wind, at the gas station. Correct. Now, that guy is his friend. That was him paying homage to his friend, right? So I just wanted y'all to, that character was based off of the guy who created this movie, his friend that had passed away.
Back to this later in the video, so make sure you watch to the end. Before I can expose what this movie reveals about Trevor's death, I first need to provide you guys with a quick breakdown of the movie. I want to warn you that there will be spoilers ahead. If you've seen Weapons, then you know the story is told in a scrambled timeline, which was the part of the movie that I didn't like. It made it feel like it was all over the place. So for the sake of proper storytelling, I will only talk about the main storyline of the film. The movie is about a family that consists of a mom, dad, and a child named Alex. Alex and his family take in their strange aunt named Gladys, who is extremely sick and dying. The next day after his aunt arrives to stay with them, his dad dropped Alex off at school. When school was finished, Alex wasn't picked up by his parents for some reason, so he ended up walking home by himself. When he got home, he noticed his parents.
Even that right there. You know, times are different now, but when you think about it, when we were young, for the people who are in their 40s, when we were young, we used to walk a lot too. But times are so different now. So like when you think about like kids today walking home,
dangerous.
Man, my goodness.
Parents were acting unusually. They were both sitting at the dining room table, staring into space, responding to him strangely, and barely moving. Out of nowhere, this is when his Aunt Gladys shows up and tells him his parents are fine. But Alex knows there's something up and throws a cup of water in his father's face, who barely reacts.
Man.
This angers Gladys, who then sends Alex to his room. The next day, Alex wakes up and goes downstairs to find his parents still sitting in the same spot he left them, with Aunt Gladys sitting by them. Gladys tells Alex that he is not to tell anyone that she is at their home or that their parents are acting the way that they're acting. She then shows Alex that she has full control over his parents. She does this by doing some sort of witchcraft ritual that allows her to control his parents. She uses it to force them to poke themselves in the face with forks right in front of him. Alex tries to stop them, but they won't stop or listen to him. They only stop after Gladys commands them to. Aunt Gladys then tells him that she will do away.
Did y'all catch that?
I'm quiet as a whistle.
I'm into just the mind, and it's like a twig or a branch or something, but it had thorns on it. And then she poked her finger, and of course the BLOOD come out. And then his parents were in a trance already, and all of a sudden they're at the table, and like Sis said, they just took the fork, and crazy.
Worse to his family if he doesn't listen to her. Alex then goes to school and does what Gladys says and tells no one. When he got back home later that day, Gladys told him that he must feed his parents, which he does. The next day, Alex sees his Aunt Gladys looking sick. She called him into her room and told him that she was very sick and believed his parents would have made her feel better. But whatever ritual she did to them didn't heal her. She then tells Alex that he can make her feel better.
Man, this might be a long show. Because I'm gonna have to keep pausing it seems like, but I have to point it out. She just said basically the thing that she did to his parents she thought would help her. Remember that whole soul and energy harvesting that we talk about? This is the prime. This is the play for it. Jenny said had to take their energy to heal herself. Hey, my sister, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You see? Ooh, look at her. She said the parents are too old. She needs children. And so this goes into when these people, these celebrities that we talked about, and so Diddy, get ready. It's coming out. It's already came out, but you're really about to get. But when they mess with these people that are not the age of consent, they believe that harvesting that person's energy and soul will keep them young. It will keep them young. So, watch the movie. If you can hear me and you haven't seen Weapons, watch the movie, because I know we're being suppressed on the platform. Watch the movie.
Better. All he needs to do is go to school and bring back one item that belongs to every student in his class, which Alex does the next day, bringing back their name tags. When Gladys gets them, she then uses them to put his classmates under the same spell his mother and father were under. She makes every kid in his class run out of their home in the middle of the night. All at the same time, his classmates leave their house and end up making their way to Alex's home. The next day, Alex goes to school and he's the only student who shows up to his class. Eventually, the parents of the missing children demand answers and believe that their class teacher has something to do with what happened to the missing children. When the police end up going to Alex's home to investigate, Gladys has Alex clean up the house and uses a spell to transfer the children to a different location in the middle of the night. Eventually, the class teacher and the father of one of the missing kids team up to try to figure out what's going on. They eventually end up at Alex's house, where they were attacked by the people Gladys had under a spell. Eventually, the teacher and the father ended up creating enough of a distraction that allowed Alex to run into Gladys' room. He then finds her ritual objects and uses it to control all his classmates. He puts the spell on the children, and they immediately start charging towards Aunt Gladys, who tries to make a run for it. Unfortunately for her though, the class of kids catch up to her and brutally rip her apart. When she dies, the spells are all broken and the kids go back to normal. And that's how the movie ends. As you can see, this movie was seriously disturbing. From witchcraft, rituals to child abductions, and even MK Ultra. This movie touched on it all. While the movie might seem like just another—
That's the first thing I thought of when I seen it was the MK Ultra. You know, the controlling part. Yeah. You know, they say witchcraft, but I think
Since remember the daycare
what they're trying to
where
say
the children
is like
said they
MK
were
Ultra.
doing
This movie was deep,
satanic
man.
rituals
It really
on them.
was. But I think a lot of
Yes.
people, you know, it's people who want to watch these movies, but they be scared, so they miss a lot. And then
Yes, the
there's
movie
people who like
Weapons,
scary
correct.
movies, but aren't deep thinkers. So it's
Special
like on the
Healthy Hair,
surface
welcome
level
to
for them.
hashtag. I'm gonna say it. I didn't see
Hopefully
it come
they
in.
watched his
Welcome,
video.
welcome.
Hopefully y'all watched the Truth Is video and y'all understanding what he's about to say.
the horror movie, once you understand what the movie is really about, you will see why it's much deeper than
Yes,
that. On
that's
the
right,
surface,
Sharita.
the movie is about the witch Aunt Gladys, who goes to Alex's family's house to do a soul harvesting ritual on the parents to steal their youth. But since they're full-grown adults, it doesn't work. So instead, she uses Alex to put all the students in his class under that harvesting spell. She then uses an occult ritual to steal the youth from the
Their
children.
arms,
What the movie
man.
is actually about is the truth on why so many children go missing every year and how it's all connected to witchcraft rituals.
Yes, Jenny. Jenny said the Franklin Files in Omaha, Nebraska. Yes, you know, I used to live there. I know exactly what you're talking about. Exactly what you're talking about. Again, people, it's just a hot movie. It's just a scary movie. That's just a creative idea that they implemented in a movie. To the masses, that's what it seems like. To those who don't understand what's going on, that's what they take from it. But in all actuality, they're putting it right there in front of us. They're putting it right there in front of us, people. So a lot of times when we think it's just a hot idea, it's actually informing us what's going to happen. One of the things I talked about before too. Yeah, I know we had the Johnny Five and all of that back in the '80s and stuff like that. But if you go back to that movie Megan, where the little girl was AI generated, and then you just come from that movie, and then you just go into where we are now, AI is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's implemented in everything. Jenny says we have to start looking at your children's account, especially video games. You definitely do. Video games are created nowadays to get them to believe. They become desensitized to a lot of the violence. Take what's it, Call of Duty. Take what's the other one that's Grand Theft Auto. You know, they're conditioning these kids' mind to become numb to this. So guess what's going to happen when it happens in the real world and they get older, right? Sharita says movie they say is a lie. Of course, yeah, they're definitely going to cover some things up, but we see you know, what really goes on. Nuri, she said, true, they are everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. So it's like even with the Megan movie, and I think they got a second one out too, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. I won't say that, but I think there's a second Megan 2 out. But it even that movie when it came out, yeah, it was great. It was, you know, but at the same time, look at what happened after that. You know, look how the AI have blown up. Look how it's everywhere. It's used often. You think about. I even go back to what was it, Child's Play. You know how scary that was. See Chucky running around, little doll doing these things. But how did the soul get into the doll? Nuri said your pastors, your schools, Catholic. Man, I love Nuri. Nuri on point. She knows exactly what she's talking about. But think about when Jane, well, I mean Charles, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Charles something. Yeah, it is very deep, Nuri. You're right. Yeah, Chucky Charles something, Lee Ray or something like that. Anyways, remember he put his hands on the doll's head and he did this little satanic chant, uh, itchy craft stuff, and then his soul got into the little doll, Chucky, the good doll, good guy doll or whatever. Right, sis, soul transfer, and then look what the doll ended up doing. Come on, people, it's right there in front of us. It's right there, like my bestie Marie said. You just got to go and do your research. It sounds crazy. When we talk about it on here, it sounds like we have lost our mind. But it is designed to come off to people to have that mentality on it, to think that it's crazy. There's no way this is out of this world. There's no way that could happen. Our world is not that way. It is. So, like she said, go and do your research. We encourage you
It's a
all to go and do
couple
your
of movies
research.
that's out like that they do like they show like the soul transfer. What's that movie? It's not the Skeleton Key because that's what I think Angelina Jolie. It's a
I'm not.
movie where the girl, how it starts off as like a man and a woman. They was working in a house. They was black,
Mhm.
and they took the kids upstairs. And remember, they had drew a pentagram on the ground, and the kids were sitting on the ground. They took the man and woman and said that they were trying to like do spells and rituals on the kids, and they hung them. Come to find
Mm.
out at the end of the movie that it's Mama Cecile and Papa something. They transferred their souls into the kids' body and put the kids' souls in their body. So when they hung them in the beginning, you would think that they were hanging them, and they weren't. They was hanging the children.
I don't know, but you got to send me that. I want to see
I'm
it.
gonna tell you, it's an old movie, and it's about a YT woman. She goes there to take care of, I think, a relative. Like she's like a caretaker, and it's an old man and a lady.
I don't know. Make sure you
It's a
find it,
really
niece.
good. When I find the name of that movie, I'm gonna send it to you. And it's a mind because if you don't pay attention, you'll miss it.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna be
It
looking
is
for it.
the
Make sure you
skeleton
send it to
key.
me.
It is the skeleton key,
Oh,
Jenny.
skeleton. Okay, okay. She said, yeah. She said skeleton key. Okay, all right. Nuri, yeah. I actually did a show before. I went to John Bonet's buried here. Her and her family's buried here. And I went over there and did live on there too. It should be near the beginning of this account. I had one on the other one too, but they deleted that account. So
Okay, it is the skeleton key. So then the movie with Angelina Jolie is called The Collector or The Bone Collector. Is it The
okay,
Collector?
the skeleton key. Let me write that down. Jenny said, I think she's Erica. Hey, I've actually heard other people say that too. Skeleton
Yes,
key.
the one I'm talking about with Denzel. Is that The Collector?
Was it Bone
It's Angel.
Collector?
No, the movie that I was just talking about was The Skeleton Key, but the movie I was asking about with Angelina Jolie and Denzel, I think the name of that one is called The Collector.
Yeah, the Bone Collector. Yeah, I saw that one. Yep.
Hmm.
Okay, I gotta check out that skeleton key one though. Yeah, people. This is stuff that they've been showing us. Like it just seems so out of the realm of possibility because our minds wouldn't do anything like that. Oh yeah, Kiss the Girl with Morgan Freeman was outstanding. I love that movie too.
The movie is also deeply connected to Trevor Moore's death, and I will explain why in just a moment. But first, let's unpack everything the movie was revealing. At the beginning of the movie, the child who is narrating the story tells us that this story is based on a true story. While she was referring to the story that takes place inside of the world of the movie, I saw this as being a literal message, telling us that this movie is based on real situations that are happening in real life.
Yes.
We will see more examples of this throughout this breakdown. We also need to talk about the ritual Ongladi uses to control people and steal their youth. In the movie, she is seen doing a
Remember, I talked about you pay attention to these movies and you got to pay attention to the background. So if you look at the clock, that's on the nightstand, it says it's 2:17 in the morning. Let me walk you all through that. Remember, I told you about the jersey numbers and sports movies and stuff like that. Let me break this down to you. Follow me. 7 minus 2 is what? 5. 5 plus 1 is what? 6. We know what 3 of those 6s mean. Now, the bell that the aunt is ringing has the number 6 on it. This is what I'm talking about. Got to pay attention to the movie and everything that's around the set.
strange ritual using a stick and this bell with this inverted triangle symbol on it, along with the number 6. Clearly, this is a reference to the magical system of alchemy. The inverted triangle is a symbol in alchemy and also in other occult groups, indicating this occult witchcraft is inspired by real occult rituals. This occult ritual utilizes an object that belongs to the person they are trying to affect
Jenny
with
said,
the
"Look at
magic,
those
and it
celebrities
also
who were in
requires the
Disney."
blood of the caster, which would make this a blood ritual just like we saw them utilizing in the Him movie. If you haven't seen the video I made on Him, make sure you watch it after this one. You're not going to want to miss it. The link would be
Great
in the
movie.
description. This
Great.
spell not only harvested the souls and stole their youth.
That was a great movie breakdown
Write
that he
that
did.
down.
Although the movie was very telling, you know, but he just reiterated a lot. But yeah, check that out too. Really, really good breakdown.
Hello,
Oh,
my name is Adam Ferrari.
no offense, Adam, but you interrupting the show.
If you haven't seen the video I made on Him, make sure you watch it
Fresh
after
King
this one.
901
You're not
says, "I
going to want
love
to
that
miss
movie,
it. The
Him.
link would
I've
be in the
gotta watch it.
description.
I haven't
This
seen it
spell
yet.
not only harvested the souls and stole their youth, but also forced a
Nuri said
person under the spell
inverted
to
triangle
become
is feminine
zombie-like.
energy.
Believe it or not, some
Correct.
people believe that they can use witchcraft
Jenny
to turn
said
people
sinners,
into
they
their zombie
use a
puppets,
real witch
like
to
the
get
Haitian
info
voodoo
from.
zombie spell. This
Oh,
is
yeah, that's
used
right,
to
that's
turn
right.
people into zombie slaves. The main purpose of putting the
Whoa.
children under the spell was to steal their youth. We all know that children abductions are a huge problem all over the world, with hundreds of thousands of children going missing each year. I
Okay,
recently
so
made a
that's what I was
Patreon exclusive
thinking.
on the disappearance of 100 kids in Virginia in just 1 month. This movie to me explains why so many children are going missing. It tells us why these monsters are going after the children and what they're doing to so many of them. Coincidentally, they released a movie about a class full of children going missing around the same time 100 kids randomly go missing in Virginia.
That's what I was talking about. So thank you. Thank you. I was right on. That's what I was saying. Those kids was missing. And I just found it I found it distasteful, not ironic. I found it distasteful that when a situation like that was happening in Virginia, that this movie drops. Right? And so what I found distasteful, I think, is a message. I think it goes back to, like I said, they were putting it right there in front of us. You know? I got to watch it, Fresh King 901.
Virginia.
Yeah.
We know they're after the children. And this is the very thing Gladys was showing us, showing that she was using occult rituals to
right.
harvest
Nuri
the
said
souls
everyone is
and
in
the
it.
youth of
Police,
these
schools, the
children.
whole town.
We know that
You
the
right.
elites did the same on Epstein's Island. And this is still going on to this
Yeah, I
very
like
day.
Eyes
This
Wide
is what
Shut,
this
too. That
movie
was
is truly
good.
about. It's showing us the disturbing reality of the world, why that Epstein list will never come out. Now, like I said earlier, Zach Kreger was inspired to create this movie by Trevor Moore's death. You may be wondering in which way though. For starters, Zach admitted this himself during an interview. On top of this, he also released a movie on August 7th, the same day Trevor Moore died.
That man just said the Jeffrey E. list will never come out. This is why. Folks, I'm just saying.
August 7th, 2025 would have been the 4th year anniversary of his death.
Nerd
Zach
said
also
East-
hit some
Jeffrey
Easter
Easter
egg
alive.
tributes
I
that were
believe that was
directly
him on the
intended
beach
to
in
allude
that
to the
video.
death of his good friend Trevor Moore. For instance,
That's
the
the day
scene that showed
the day before my birthday, August 7th. Wow.
What'd you say, niece?
He was unalive the day before my birthday, August 7th.
Oh yeah. I think that's him on. There's a video with a guy that's on the beach. That I mean, I get it. I do get it how people can look similar, but man, not that similar.
So much similar in the world.
Right. The only way it could be that similar is it's got to be that person. You know. Yes.
principal and his partner eating 7 hot dogs was in reference to Trevor Moore. In this scene, Ann Gladys shows up and uses a ritual to force the principal to kill his partner. There's also another scene that's connected to Trevor. It's believed Trevor Moore died around 2:30 a.m. after mysteriously falling off his balcony. In the movie, Alex wakes up at 2:15 a.m. to find Ann Gladys doing.
Hey, listen to that. It's allegedly that he passed, or his friend passed away by falling off his balcony. We have a segment 4 coming up. And just remember that. I'm not just, man. And the thing is, like I said, I've never seen this before. We're watching this for the first time together. But it's just ironic how a lot of this stuff we're going to talk about too. Just like when we was talking about in the beginning before we got to this, we talking about the kids and stuff like that, right? And then this came out. I mean, then we watched this and he says this. Well, just pay attention where the creator of this movie, in paying homage to his friend, says that he allegedly basically fell off his balcony and was unalive.
A ritual to bring all the kids to the house. This is around the same time it's believed Trevor Moore mysteriously.
Hold on, Lisa, I can hear you. What'd you say?
I said there's a lot of people falling off of balconies accidentally lately.
You heard me.
But I'm gonna go back.
Crazy word.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny said hot dogs. Yeah, he had 7 hot dogs on there.
Fell off his balcony. Now you may be wondering what was the connection between these scenes and Trevor Moore's death. Why would Zach Kreger dedicate a movie about witchcraft and child abductions to his friend Trevor Moore? He released the movie on the 4th year anniversary of his death. Well, this is where things start to get eerie. If any of you have seen my Patreon exclusive video on Trevor Moore, you know exactly why Trevor Moore is dead. See, Trevor Moore wasn't your regular comedian. He was known to put controversial subject matters into his comedy skits, more often than not, using his skits to expose Hollywood's elite PDF files. Trevor actually made several skits that are now truly alarming, like this music video that was a parody of Justin Bieber's video. The video literally exposed how the industry was grooming and being inappropriate with him. Or this skit where he straight up exposes the Hollywood elite for making talent sell their souls and participate in rituals with
and he fell off his balcony.
Yeah, nah.
I didn't even think the breakdown was going to be this deep. Like, I thought it would be deep, but I didn't think it was. We're going to be where we arrived at right now.
Look, Jamel don't even know what to say. I'm with him though.
ChatGPT, what's a future-proof?
I'm like Jamel, huh?
Yeah.
Jenny said y'all have to watch Trevor Moore.
Yeah, you do.
Man, okay.
Him, and who else? Who used to I'll be worried about Cat Williams sometime too, because he's very controversial too with a lot of stuff that he say. Him and what's my boy name?
I know Cat was, going through his thing with them for a minute.
Eddie Griffin, him too.
Oh yeah, Voodoo Child stand up. Yeah, Eddie Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he tell it real too.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
But you know what?
Sheesh.
A lot of people, it goes over their head with this. A
Children, I
joke,
can't play the actual audio of
Hold
these
on.
skits because the video
You said it went over their head.
a lot of people just go over their head. A joke is nothing but the truth and comedic response. That's all it is. That's what a joke is. It's the truth,
It's the
just
truth, Aaron.
in a
They
comedic
dress it up with
response.
right.
It's dressed up.
Sharita, you right, Bess. She said Dave Chappelle. That's
hmm
another one. Just saying. Said speaking of Cat, I haven't seen much of him lately. He
I
did a
think
stand, but
he just did a show. Didn't he? He just did a
yeah,
show.
yeah. Now it wasn't. It's not like on the big platform and then like that. It was just
No,
like
no, 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 no.
you know,
Because
but
they
yeah,
won't do that, especially after he went to Shannon Sharp show saying what
that.
he said.
Woo! Cause Shay, he listen. I think he was the unofficial Rary kicking off of all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah. Just saying. She said, "Okay, I must have missed it." No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It
It
was like
wasn't a
clips.
mainstream show.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was like I
yeah. It
think he
wasn't
went
mainstream.
to he's doing a tour, but it's only like a couple cities. He's
Yeah, it's not that. So it'd be easy to miss because it wasn't like a Netflix show or anything like that. This is like if you had to go and see I guess what we refer to in wrestling, it was a house show. It wasn't on TV or nothing like that. Sharita said Shannon messed himself up. Yeah, Shannon. Yeah, Shannon was. Yeah, he got himself in some trouble. Sharita said that was phenomenal. It was. That was a great episode. He really opened up on there. Just saying said he needs to come to Omaha. I know that's right. CHI Health Center. He do. He do. He sell it out for sure.
video will get blocked, but I do show them on the Patreon exclusive video about Trevor Moore. One thing was clear. Trevor was exposing the elite satanic child rituals through his work. So many of his comedy skits were all about exposing what the elite are doing. They even showed a scene in the Justin Bieber video that shows them worshipping Baphomet. This has led many people to believe Trevor Moore didn't accidentally fall off a balcony. This is what I believe Weapons is telling us too. Just think about the two moments they make direct references to Trevor. It's when the witch is using the spell, and the scene where Aunt Gladys puts the spell on the principal and makes him kill his boyfriend. Also the scene where Alex wakes up and Gladys is putting the spell on the kids. The spell that puts victims under mind control. In the movie, Gladys uses the ritual to turn people into literal sleeper cell assassins. Once she activates them,
Thank you
they
for that
don't stop
rose,
until
Bessie.
they
I
take out the
appreciate it.
target she sixed them on. Like we saw with the scene of the principal attacking the teacher. All of this
Yeah.
was awfully similar to what MK Ultra was being developed for. Starting in the late 50s, the CIA were developing a method to brainwash and control a person. In order to
Jimmy
turn
Look at
said,
the
"Hey, F
eyes,
Dave
man.
and the rest of those folks who took money from the Saudi prince."
Just like in
He
the.
said MK Ultra. Speaking of MK Ultra, I
Yes,
feel like when it comes to the y'all, this is just my opinion. Don't bite my head off for it, but a lot of people that was vaccinated with the COVID vaccines,
is what it
that's
was.
what they was putting in. That's how that MK Ultra theory is going to come to fruition.
It's crazy.
For
That's
those who
crazy.
bodies who can't withstand it, they're gonna unalive.
Hmm. I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cause,
again,
cause,
they
cause how? How do you make vaccine? This is what makes me mad with America, because I don't know if they think we're all dumb, but we're not. Your body is designed to create its own natural antibodies to fight off any type of viruses, correct?
right, right.
Why would I inject a virus into my
To
body to fight off a virus when it does that naturally?
by itself. Hmm. You're right. Jenny said, "Remember that family that put those chips in them?"
Mm-hmm. It's a couple people that already got chips in them. If you go to what is that? Like they got the little hand scanner thing. Like and you if you have a chip in your hand and you wave your hand over it and it'll scan it like your card and all that information and then you
Oh
go about
yeah,
your business.
yeah. They were
And they
saying that
had
it
that
was.
for a couple of years now, at least 2, 3 years, probably a little longer than that, depending on where you live.
Right. Even what you buy in the store, it can record that. It knows what you bought. Jenny said Chump just took another jab. Did he? I didn't know that. And it just said the movie Idiocracy. That's another one I have to watch. I did not know he did it. Okay. 6625. Welcome to the live. I appreciate you coming in. Welcome to hashtag I'm gonna say it.
Them into sleeper cells. This movie clearly alludes to the ritualistic aspect of this. How Gladys uses a ritual to turn people into her mind-controlled puppets, making them do whatever she wants them to, like she did to Alex's parents when she made them poke themselves repeatedly with a fork. I believe Zach Kreger was trying to secretly reveal what happened to his best friend, telling us through the plot of this movie that his friend was put under this hypnosis mind control to make him do what he did that night. He didn't fall by accident, but was manipulated to. It's obvious. The reason they did this to him was because he was exposing them through his work. I believe Zach was showing us in this movie what they did to Trevor Moore. To me, this could also point to why a person would randomly wake up and decide to harm a bunch of people for no reason. They were likely put under this same trance-like ritual. This movie was eye-opening just like him. Just like him, we can find plenty of occult symbols too, like the bell I spoke about earlier in this video, or even this scene where the lottery prize was shown at 666.
Yeah.
I believe the movie Weapons was not only exposing what they did to Trevor Moore, but also what Trevor Moore likely died for. The movie exposed the elite's most disturbing
Jenny
secrets.
said Liam
Well,
Payne.
I'm gonna end this one here. I want to thank you.
Hey, let's give it
We got
up
a
to both
warning.
of them.
We got a warning.
A guest in your live has violated our misinformation policy. Repeat violations by your guest may lead to restriction on your access to multi-guest live features. Nobody, who said
Nobody did
anything?
anything. Nobody did anything. Nobody did. We getting too touchy. We getting too touchy because what I was about to say wasn't we just talking about Rob yesterday? How he did a hypnosis.
Yeah. Oh, they trying to say it's you. Look, niece, I'm gonna
It's
drop you
me?
down, and bring you back up.
It's
Yeah,
me?
yeah. I'm about to drop you down, and then I'm gonna bring you back up.
Okay.
All right, that's they trip, man. See what I'm saying to y'all? This is what they do, man. They don't want the word coming out. They don't want the word coming out. It's crazy. Jenny said it's Trevor Moore. Nori said truth shall prevail. Exactly. Exactly. It definitely should. It definitely will. Hold on, let me get my knees back. That's wild,
I
man.
didn't say nothing though. I was just about to say something.
She said, look, I'm just referencing. Look,
I didn't even
this,
get it out yet. It was like it read my mind before I could get it. Like before I said
you know what it is.
anything.
You know what it is on here. Every time we putting in this true work, it's something.
Man,
It's
that's
just like
it.
Marie said. They don't like it. Right. It's
Listen,
all for entertainment purposes. Entertainment and educational
purposes
purposes
only.
only. Calm down.
Right. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be, upset about it if it ain't true.
Exactly. Why would you be in your feelings? Right? If it's not, you got nothing to worry about. But that lets us know we are telling the truth. All right, look, we're gonna finish up this segment with Secrets of the Secret Society, and then we're gonna go to segment 4. And then that'll be the last segment.
You want them to be at, so you can
Mhm.
charge it and release it. Now, if you want to call it sorcery, then you'd be right. So
Wow, yeah, yep. And look at what they get when they gather around, like with the Pope, and
Chrysler symbol.
it's amazing.
yeah.
Mexico.
Well, two things. Freeman, I'd like to have you take a moment and let our listeners know about the vast amounts of information.
They took the Texaco symbol, the gas station Texaco. They took it, and then they turned it upside down, and it gave you Baphomet. And then now they got Victoria Police badge with the crown on top, and it's got the stars on there.
You have on your website. You've been going at this for, I don't know,
went
about 6
to
years or so,
the pubic
and
part.
knowledge is power. And if there's anything you wanted to know, your website is just loaded. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about what you got there?
Yes, I happily
Adrian.
classify
Thank you for the
myself
heartbeat. I
as a
appreciate
conspiracy
that.
theorist, and
Putting in
perhaps
that
this
work.
is
That's
due to the
it.
fact that I continually am right. So I can stick with it. What I have is freemantv.com, and this is just an open site of all
Jenny,
the
it's right
esoteric
there. Y'all
that you
write
could
it down.
possibly
Jenny just put it in
imagine,
the
from
live.
Hollywood mind control up to ancient technologies of the future, where I discuss space war, the new technologies with CERN and HARP. I also have a long study on all of the things that we discussed today. I have probably over 700 hours of videos and radio shows on freemantv.com, all free there for everybody to view and enjoy. I step out of the boundaries, like I say, showing the president to be a clone, showing Barbara Bush to be a grandson of Alice, or the daughter of Crowley, things of this nature, take it to the ultimate level and yet constantly get it right. And I do a live radio show every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central, and you can listen right there at the Freeman Radio Zone on freemantv.com. And I'm trying to do now also a TV show on this new network known as Alternative Media Network, or AMN, and the link is there as well,
Georgia Pope,
where I'm taking a lot of my radio shows and converting them to video. And I'm just really excited to share everything with everyone. Like, the moment I get a video done, I'm trying to get it up on YouTube. I never think of trying to make money off of this.
Yeah.
You sell 6 DVDs at this point, one for each year, getting into each and every one of these topics, from corporate logos and their occult meanings to who is our goddess Columbia. I made the first ever documentary on HARP, the ionospheric heater earthquake machine. Televised the first ever television show on chemtrails. I performed the first ever all-night ritual with the Mayans at the pyramids of Tikal, and videoed all of that. So it goes many, many levels, many, many places. And I did end up putting them in DVD format for people to purchase, because they like to help me continue. And that's the one way, that and donations, that I keep the show on
Jenny
the air.
gave you the website to go to.
Yes, you live off of donations. This is your life. You both. This is your work.
I am a professional conspiracy theorist, no doubt about it. And I've now had children go out and give reports on Barack Obama being a clone of Akhenaten and getting A's in their classroom, because I give you enough evidence to wow your own teachers. And
that's excellent.
I love that 10 and 11 and 12-year-olds are listening to my show. It is completely agreeable by all of their parents. They love my message, which is a message of love. And they love that their children can look at their world in such an imaginative way, instead of all the fear-based type of stuff that's going on.
Excellent. And Jamie, you're working on something yourself. Can you tell us about that?
Well, it started out as a magazine called Weird Stuff Magazine, but now it's grown to be more than 160 pages. So it's more like a book now, like a Time Life book,
Nice.
fully color illustrated, images on every page. It's in magazine format, but it's got 20 different articles about.
Jenny
it's
said, hey,
called
I've seen
Operation
it, and hey,
Culture
he's on to
Creation.
something.
Weird
Very
Stuff
nice.
Encyclopedia. Yeah,
He
maybe
said
next
right.
time we can get into the drones and clones and robots and my own system of magic, which is a counterspell to Crowley's Thelema, and I call it Slack Magic. So maybe we can talk about it next time.
So that is
Yeah.
Slack magic versus black magic.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. That's fantastic. Any predictions you want to make? I know every now and then you foresee things.
I predict everyone getting their hands in the dirt and making this world green and beautiful again. I've seen it all over Lawrence. As soon as we started the project, we started walking around the neighborhood to get some ideas and to see who else was into it. And lo and behold, it was everyone.
Chrissy,
And so I was like, they're ahead of me, but it's awesome because
Grand
you
rising
can't
to you.
lose when people are growing things.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic. I mean, people are doom and gloom in 2012, and I'm like, man,
this
we
is
can
what
totally
saves the
turn this
world.
around.
Absolutely. The only predictions that would come from the negative sense is if people didn't get a grasp of what we've been explaining here, and then we could easily predict what would occur, because it's all programmed in there. And this is how I make my predictions, in that people follow the programming. So hopefully any of my predictions from now on will be false and faulty. I would be more than happy to see that happen. because I had predicted 9/11. I did predict the banking crash on 10/13. I did predict W being forced into office and that Barack Obama would not be considered an American citizen. This is all just because that is the scheduled program that we are witnessing. So the predictions become easier and easier as you understand the programming more and more. And currently, as we were discussing with
What'd you say, McNeese?
What he's saying is you'll be able to predict things very easily once you understand the pattern.
Right. Right. That's exactly what he's saying. It's on schedule. It's on schedule.
I wanted to know what he was saying about the magic. He said something versus black magic. Because from what I'm understanding, it's three types of magic. It's red magic, it's white magic, and it's black magic. It's them three that's in alignment. But most evildoers, they only consume in red and black. They don't
Black. Right.
consume in white magic.
Right. I missed what he said, but you're
Oh,
right on that.
okay. Jenny said light magic. Okay, light magic and black magic. So he white magic and black magic. Okay.
Albert Pike, who is the Grand Sovereign Commander of Freemasonry of the Temple of the 33rd, who predicted the 3 world wars, or outlined them, actually, to tell how they would
Outline
be.
the script.
Yes. We can see this coming into full fruition through Barack Obama and the things that he is doing, which I outline on my show. And if the script were to be followed and everybody not to catch on, the next thing to occur would be the Vatican taking the Temple Mount back to the Christian roots, back to the Vatican, back to Rome, away from the Muslims. And this would be the very event that would spark the World War III that Albert Pike predicted. So I would believe that this was going to occur on a ceremonial date of the 4th of July. There are many reasons you can find on my website. We won't want to get into that. So if everybody just stays clones and drones, then the next major event will be the Vatican taking the Temple Mount, and this being the spark of World War III.
So everyone can hear the key there. That means if you take some responsibility for yourself, it will pay forward to others, and we can get out of this jam.
Yes.
Yeah,
Getting
collectively.
out of this is so easy.
Yeah, it is.
So
And
easy.
fun.
And fun.
And healthy.
It is.
And
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I look forward to connecting with both of you again and creating a better reality for all of us.
Yes, definitely.
gonna
Thank
do it.
you. This has been wonderful and beautiful, and we love you both.
thank you for having me.
Thank you both,
Yeah.
Shane and Anya.
Yeah, love you guys. Thanks.
We'll do.
All right, let's give it up for This Is What's Going On. They posted that. That was 10 years ago. This video we listened to was 10 years ago. And we have completed our series of Secrets of the Secret Society. So thank you all for rocking with us. Miss Bless, welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing? Thank you all for rocking with us this whole week. It's been, I mean, I've learned things that I didn't know. And we've also covered things that we've been telling you all about. All of that because it's important. It's important. Now, I was going to, I lied. I had another segment, right? But I was going to do, but I had 2 more. So instead of 1, I had 2. But I'm going to hold off on 1, and I'm going to skip down to what was the original last segment. I'm going to make it. I'm going to just do that one. I'm not going to insert that other one. And the reason being because we talked about the whole balcony thing with the other guy, right? And so we are going to, matter of fact, hold on, let me use this one. All right, so we're going to actually go to that one. And this is by Murad Murali, and it says, the Prince William's inner circle friend plunges to sudden unaliving from roof. Didn't that sound so familiar to what we just heard in the segment prior to the last one where the friend fell off the balcony?
A shocking tragedy has struck in central London where one of Prince
What'd you say, niece?
I said, mm-hmm. Didn't somebody else this year recently fall off the balcony? What was he from that boy band? One
Yeah, he
Direction.
yeah, right. He did. And they said that it's somewhere he was in another I think that happened in another country, if I'm not mistaken. Uh Jenny said Liam Payne. That's it. Liam Payne.
Mm-hmm.
That's who it was. Same principle, same type thing, right? Same type thing. Do you think it's a coincidence? I do not.
A shocking tragedy has struck in central London where one of Prince William's close friends had plunged and fallen to his death. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Do subscribe to the channel and let's get straight into this shocking news that was released today. A renowned socialite who was great and close friends with Prince William and Kate Middleton and also appeared in numerous TV shows
K-pop, a lot of K-pop
unfortunately suddenly
unalive
died.
like that.
On the K-pop?
Yeah, on the K-pop spectrum, a lot. I was watching a video yesterday and it showed over like 20 different artists.
Dang, see, I didn't even know that.
Men and women.
I got 3 of my kids are big on K-pop, but I didn't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm. And I just kind of got into like the K-pop realm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at it, I'm like, yo, no wonder why they don't reach their peak because they get taken out before
yeah. Yeah. Chrissy said, yep, you're right. Jenny said it was a group sacrifice. Chrissy said, my 12-year-old is huge on K-pop. Yeah, my twins and my daughter that's 1 year older than them, she's big on it too. Like, I got to get more into it. I didn't know it was such a thing like that.
Died after falling from the roof of a hotel in central London. Ben Duncan was his name, and he was at St. Andrews University with the royal couple when they first started dating and was also part of the inner circle of William. The 45-year-old died late on Thursday after falling 7 floors around 100 feet from the rooftop bar of London's fashionable Trafalgar St. James Hotel, where rooms can cost up to £1,000 a night.
All right, this feels almost illegal to know, but our windows...
He was found dead after officers from the Met Police were dispatched to investigate reports of a man on the roof of the luxury 5-star hotel. A spokesperson told the Daily Mail officers responded to concerns for a man on the roof of a building in Cockspur Street, Westminster at 10:02 hours on Thursday, 30th of October. The man sadly fell from height. Despite the best efforts from the London Ambulance Service, he was sadly pronounced dead at the scene. His death is being seen as extremely unexpected, but they're not treating it as suspicious. Ben's body is understood to have been found in Spring Gardens, which is just off Trafalgar Square, having fallen from the roof of the 7-story building. As well as the royals, Ben was just generally connected to a wide network of friends and political people. Broadcaster Mike Hollingsworth wrote, "My dear friend Benjamin Ben Duncan has left us. He lived life as Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up. He will be sorely missed by his many, many friends." So this man, clearly had a close connection with Prince William and Kate Middleton, becoming one of the first to know about their budding...
Adrian said, I just looked it up and quite a few were self-unaliving. Jenny says, kind of weird since they say the king doesn't have too much longer. Jenny said, MJ and Peter Pan. I didn't put that together. I didn't put that together. Brittany Alexin, welcome in to hashtag I'm going to say it.
But to me, that don't make sense because if his life was so great and so good, why would he off himself? And then not only did he off himself, most in every religion I've seen, I believe, except for the Muslim, well, I guess it depends on which side you practice in. You're condemned. Your soul is condemned for committing suicide.
Right, self-unaliving. Self-unaliving, she meant.
Self-unaliving. Sorry.
We love TikTok Shop. Yeah, that's and that's what I was led to believe too. So,
So why are these people so self-conflicting,
well, and then listen to it though, niece. They're already
unaliving to themselves, throwing themselves off of balconies? That don't make sense.
it doesn't, but
If your life is
they're
peachy
already
keen
saying,
and you have no troubles in the world, you want to just throw yourself off a building? Come on now.
and they're saying they don't even see nothing wrong with, like they don't see anything that's that would warrant something like there was something foul play going on, something like that.
Him
You
knew
know?
too many secrets. Him knew too many secrets, and him was going to probably say something about something.
Look, probably about the files. Jenny says so they have to come back since they had sin. Yeah, that's from what I've always been told. Yeah, that's like one of the most unforgivable. That is the unforgivable sin because I mean,
Hmm.
you can't repent because
Hmm.
that's yeah. But I'm with you. I mean, if life was all hunky dory for him, why would he want to do that? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't add
That
up.
don't make sense. If you got the
You know?
best life, your best friend is the prince, your best friend is the prince of
Yeah.
Britain. Why, he lived life like they said, like Peter Pan on the
Thank you for the
edge. He did
rose,
whatever
Sharita.
he
Appreciate
wanted,
it.
went wherever he wanted. Why would you want to end it all?
Right. Right. Because you don't want for anything. It has to be more to it. But and that's probably why they concluded it so fast or closing and said that nah, we don't suspect anything suspicious or anything like that. Because
Yeah, y'all going to say y'all don't suspect anything suspicious because y'all know
right.
people ain't as dumb,
Right.
or I should
Exactly.
say everybody ain't sleep.
Exactly. They want to go ahead and cover that up, sweep that under the rug, and keep it going. They don't want people talking about it. Jenny said the queen was around
Hmm.
forever. Yes, she was. Yeah,
Yes, he
she
was.
truly was.
What
That's
he said
facts.
on Emperor's New Groove, what is holding this woman together? That's what I was thinking when I was looking at her, because she been around for a very long time.
Yeah, she's been kicking it for a while now. Look, we are at the last segment of today's broadcast. We've got 50 donuts up there, and we only got 7. Can somebody please bless that gift and goal? Send us some more bagels. Some more donuts. And if possible, please gift my panelists. Keep double tapping. And while we still have a few more minutes, go ahead and share it out. I know they're trying to suppress us, but you can go ahead and share it out.
Relationship. Speaking in 2010, he said, because we had Will and Kate in our midst, we had royal protection officers swarming the place, we knew that they had hit it off and we knew that something was happening, but they were just left alone to get on with it. He was present at the much cited moment when Kate dazzled as a model as well at a university fashion show, and he was part of the inner circle of Prince William. So, he passed away suddenly just falling from a rooftop bar. He plunged and fell. I don't know if this was an accident or if there was somebody there on that roof that perhaps could have either given him something, made him a bit more, loopy, or perhaps pushed, which I think is a bit of a stretch because we don't know that. There would have been perhaps some kind of footage or, facts of the police stating that, but rather officers said that this man sadly fell from height. And that whilst his death is unexpected, it's treated as non-suspicious. So it is quite sad. And I know that not only would it be sad for William and Kate, but William and Kate would just find it frustrating that their names are being linked to this. That, once you put this in the search engine, you would see that the passing of this man, which is quite unexpected and to me suspicious, is now linked to William and Kate because he was part of William's inner circle, and now it looks like he's been eliminated. And people are going to assume that is there a connect or alibi, behind this, or was this man just someone who, quite young, to be honest with you, in the early 40s, just suddenly fell from that height? But also, how would you fall from that height at this famous hotel? Surely there would have been protection on that roof to prevent anybody from falling because it's a famous hotel. You spend £1,000 a night there. So it's a very random story, I would say. My condolences to him and his family. And of course, William and Kate would probably be upset that this has happened, or for lack of better words, we just simply don't know. But he was part of William's inner circle. This is what Daily Mail is confirming. And now he suddenly has just fallen from a roof. And literally, as soon as he hit the pavement, he was completely unalived.
For those of you who don't have a
I don't know. We gotta keep an eye out on that one.
Damning story indeed that was broken today and has definitely got the royal circles talking. Now, tonight at 8 p.m. UK GMT time, it has been announced that there are going to be unreleased footages of Virginia Giuffre's interview that is going to be released in discussion of Prince Andrew. This is damning news that has been announced, and I am very shocked that this is happening and that it's going to be released so quickly. Previously unseen footage from an interview with Virginia in 2019 will be aired tonight. In the interview, which featured on BBC Panorama, the late Miss Giuffre told the story of how she met Andrew. He knows what happened, I know what happened, and there's only one of us telling the truth. Andrew has denied all allegations. So this, I believe, the segments from the interviews that are unseen will be airing tonight at 8 p.m. on Tuesday on BBC One. So now we're going to find out what Virginia is going to be saying, you know, what had been left out, what was purposely cut off. I thought this was the interview that the Buckingham Palace tried to stop, but no, that's an entire different interview, which is unaired footage that is locked away somewhere that I think is going to be released now. Because now Buckingham Palace don't need to protect Andrew. They don't need to prevent any other footage coming out because that man has his royal title stripped. He's basically been officially kicked out. And King Charles even wants other titles of his to be removed as well. It's being reported today. But I'm very keen to see now what this Virginia Giuffre interview is going to be about Prince Andrew. What are the other parts that were specifically cut out that are going to be brand new information? This is brand new pressure on Andrew. This is just the never-ending scandal of Epstein and Virginia that is always going to haunt this man. What do you mean new footage is coming out of Virginia speaking about him? She just released a book on him 3-4 weeks ago. She mysteriously passed away and also publicly said that she doesn't feel like she wants to take her own life. And now there's also locked footage from Buckingham Palace of this new interview that also could be coming out in the near future. Andrew is continuously and eternally suffering for his actions, but I don't think that this suffering actually is him suffering. Unfortunately, this man, as a consequence of his action, should not be kicked out of the Royal Lodge and then basically move into another palace. I think that's completely unfair. I'm so sorry. Agreed. This man should be moving into a damn shack. This man should be able to look after himself. But unfortunately, royals will always still kind of protect themselves. All of this banishing him and removing his titles to me is just a public move to appease the aggressive, angry British crowd who are very upset. We all are. We've always been upset about this whole situation with Andrew.
Even try to
this is what I think that this is, just a public appeasing, because he's still going to be protected. He's still going to be living in a big fancy house, and you know, you can do whatever the hell he wants. And Ferguson will be somewhere else in a different house. They're probably both wanting separate houses because their relationship, whatever it was,
all that
has now.
is, when they do stuff like that, is to make sure that their bloodline doesn't have access. You'll still be a royal, but you won't have access to the crown.
Right. Right. Well, and the thing about it, it'll be done that way for the public eye to make it, you know, seem like they're not giving you nothing. But he's still going to get the benefits.
All of them is unalive, and he was the only one left. That's how that is. If somehow miraculously we all was taken out, you would be the last resort.
Right. Absolutely. He's still gonna reap the benefits. I still don't believe that this girl, I don't want to say this girl, Virginia, how do you say her name? Giuffre? I think that's it. I still don't believe she unalived herself. I don't. Jenny said the king has access to those files, so why doesn't he release them?
Why don't he release them? He ain't gonna release them because he probably in them, Jenny.
There we go. You know, kind of like a guy we got up here.
Completely burned down because they can't benefit from each other. Yeah, sorry, just a little rant that I wanted to end this video on because I just feel like this Andrew stuff isn't really him facing any form of accountability. Who gives a damn about these damn titles, for goodness sake? There should be some real accountability, and it's not you moving from one mansion to another. Anyways, let me know thoughts. Guys, when it comes to this video, do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up.
I'll give it a thumbs up. Let's give it up to Morale. I gave it a thumbs up. There we go. I do find it's like I said, what we listened to prior to the last segment, the whole falling off the balcony and then that, and then like she said, Liam Payne, and then you guys are talking about some K-pop artists that listen. Somebody knows something that they don't want them to tell. And in this case, it seems like a lot of people know stuff that they don't want them to tell. And it's just a coincidence that all these people have met their fate the same way.
Hmm. And you know what? Let me tie this into this, and then I'm gonna go back on mute. I
Oh, you
was
could go
watching
ahead.
something when I was getting ready for work today. I
Mhm.
need just I need you to send me your phone number so I could send it to you. And this
Okay.
guy, he was like, I gotta be careful what I say because like now I'm putting my life at danger. He was like, I get paid $10,000 a month from you guys. Guess I'm gonna say the letters, but you can figure it together. The IAC,
Mm. Okay.
and to monitor and stalk people and watch people and take videos of them.
And you said this. You here? I'm sending you the number now.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the video. And he was like,
Yeah, do
yeah,
that.
I can, at this point, I'm putting my life at risk because a lot of people don't know this, but the IAC,
Mhm.
we all know, put it
Mhm.
together,
Mhm.
and he get paid $10,000 a month to follow people, basically be a creep, follow people, take video or pictures of them, and bring it back and send it to them.
That's crazy work. Make sure you get that to me. Did you get it? I just sent it, my number to you.
I got it.
Make sure I got that before today, the end of today.
Yep,
Please,
Jenny, you
niece.
seen it? You seen it, Jenny? She said he has taken videos of handful of Yes, yes,
See
and he
what?
gets to
Yeah,
pick who he wants to do the job on.
that's wild. That's crazy. I definitely need that. I don't care either one. Y'all get it to me. Get it to me. You know what? I'm thinking about coming back doing that other second. No, I might save it for tomorrow. I might. I don't
Say for
know.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. Yeah, that give us because we finished this up. Here's what
Hmm.
I need y'all to do. Jenny, do me a favor. Get with all
Yes,
the other
Jenny. He
mods.
picks whoever he wants
He
to
picks
stalk.
whoever he wants to start.
Hmm.
Crazy, crazy. Y'all get together. Jenny, let them know what you sent me that I watched. Y'all come together, and if y'all want us to present that, y'all find it it's okay. Think that it's okay for us to present it. We'll start a series on that. I've already got a title picked out for it. All right. And so we'll call it Pop. We'll call it Pop or the Pop.
Hmm.
All right. And I won't say what it is, because Pop is actually an acronym. Okay. But
Hmm.
I ain't gonna say it on here. But y'all get together. I got great moderators. I know y'all can do a great job. But y'all come together. Let me know if give me a thumbs up. It's a go. If it's not, say, nah, we better fall back from this one. All right.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. Those of you that are joining us for the first time, thank you so much for coming in, rocking with us. The Believer, Danny Rose Jr. says, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Grand Rising.
I appreciate you all joining us. Let's give it up to the gifters. Thank you all so much. We appreciate that. Last but not least, let's thank all of you. Let's thank all of you, because if you guys weren't here, the show wouldn't be what it is. So thank you for rocking with us. We appreciate you. Also tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join us on Twitch TV live for OCWA's Wednesday Night Wreckage. Right? That's our show back from our next show from what we did on Monday. I don't know what's going to happen on there, people. Just come in and check it out. Come in and hang out with us. I'm not sure if your host is going to be on there, wrestling or whatnot. Y'all know I lost the match on Monday Night Unleashed, so you know, we got to fight our way back up. So I don't know if I start that tonight or what's going to happen. But either way, I'm going to tell you this. Whatever happens, it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a show that I think you would like and enjoy. So come in and join us. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time over on Twitch TV. Go and subscribe to MC3SFT9 over there, right? Check it out. Definitely. Yes, Jenny said the chat is family friendly. It is. Again, Jenny, thank you for joining us on Monday. I love having you in there. It's just awesome. It's awesome, people. Let's keep in mind those people who lost their lives in the UPS plane crash. We want to make sure we keep their families in our thoughts and prayers. That is something that is a void that'll never be filled for these families. So let's pray for them. Let's pray for them. People, please keep your third eye open out there. Keep your head on the swivel when you're out and about. Make sure you got all your documents on you that you need, because as you see, we got a group of people running around out there and they just snatching people. All right? So we all got to be looking out for ourselves and for others. And it's okay to record. And remember, if you ever in a situation, which I pray you're not, but if you ever get in that situation, make sure you dial 911 first. Because these people are not providing any warrants, they're not providing any badge numbers or giving any information of an agency that they're affiliated with. And so that's kidnapping. So make sure you call 911. All right? Jenny said stay inside after 8 p.m. I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. In fact, the guy that was saying it on a post that I made that was here in Fayetteville, Georgia, said, don't come out after 8 p.m. So people, be careful. Be careful. All we got is us. At the end of the day, all we got is us. And if my moderators sign off on doing the other series, you'll see that it doesn't have anything to do with left or right, Repub or Democrats. It has nothing to do with, right? We got to
It's
look
the
out for
red
each other.
pill and the blue pill, literally.
Listen, and they work together. They work together, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I knew this stuff, but I didn't know it. And what Jenny sent me to watch, man, it's got my senses even open, even more, heightened even more. You know. Once again, this has been your self-proclaimed favorite news reporter, Mr. Breaking News, signing off from the newsroom. Remember, people, you could be anything in the world. Be somebody. I love you all to life. Peace.
Everybody have a good day on purpose.
On purpose. That's right.